Hello, everybody. It's May 2nd, 2021. Live stream today. Got all kinds of, hopefully, check-ins on the BozoNet we can listen to tonight. They just started up about 7 minutes ago. It's 7:07 p.m. In the West Coast, the Pacific time zone, if you're wherever you're watching right now. Been kind of busy at work lately, so haven't had time streaming. See a bunch of cat toys in the back. It's been hanging out in the back there a lot. So why don't we just get to this right now? Here is the BozoNet. Tonight, this is on 144.240. You can see that I slid a couple KCs right here. So let's tune in and check in here shortly.
That's always a plus on my end.
Okay, now I've got a 35-year-old Icom transceiver here, no preamp, nothing. So I'm glad it works well. Thank you very much. I'll just be standing by. Give a 6 ball, 6 to go.
All right, Roy, 783. Have a good week ahead. All right, who else is out there? Any bozos want to check in this evening?
463. 463.
463. Good evening.
Good evening. No real anything for the net here tonight, except I am streaming on YouTube tonight. If you look at my call letters, Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf, and then live after, you'll be able to listen to your check-in here on the BozoNet. Have a good evening. K6EGG, Bozo number 463.
All right, Greg. Yeah, thank you very much for doing that. I haven't, I need to get over there and listen to that and see what the heck I sound like. In fact, I'm not even pointing at you, really. I'm still playing kind of northeast, so maybe I get turned around a little bit over the DM14 a little bit better. I can, it'll probably, who knows, maybe be a better signal. So I'll have to get back over there and or get over there and listen to that thing. Thanks for doing that for us.
Have a good evening.
All right, let me get up here to the high desert north of me here. Let's see, Victorville, Lake LA, facilities in that direction. This is David, KB6CAN, net control this evening.
119. 365.
Hey, good evening, Mike. I'll get turned back over to you. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, K6MYC, did I lose you there? Yeah, very good, Mike. Hey, thanks for the strong signal. Yeah, nice to hear you this evening. Got you in the log, and thank you very much. I'm Bozo number 12, over. All right, thanks, Mike. Catch you later. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. Yeah, very good. I'll get over to Lake LA here and keep moving around and get out of your hair. K6MYC, KB6CAN. All right, so I'm over here at Lake LA, Los Angeles, Victorville, vicinities thereafter. This is David, KB6VAN. Net control this evening for the Sunday edition of the BozoNet. Who would like to check in this evening?
Hook a brother up there, number 58.
Mr. Pat, good evening.
Good evening there, David. I heard you had quite a pile up there. I don't think you heard a bunch of them, but I heard about 5 guys at one time trying to get through to you. I hope you picked them all up. But anyway, I'll take a look at Lone Pine when you're ready.
Yeah, the only person I heard out of that mess was Mike, so I'm sure that they'll be back in here in a second or two. Yeah, if you're headed towards Lone Pine, go for it.
All right, CQ Lone Pine, looking for K6MWK. John, if you can hear my signal tonight, K6MWK Lone Pine. This is W6PMD, assisted net. CQ Lone Pine, anybody up 395, maybe up around Victorville, Palmdale, that area. Anybody on the high desert want to check in to the Bozo net? This is Pat, W6PMD.
1740.
Jim, you never made it in yet? I heard you a long time ago.
I've been bouncing back and forth. 6 meters is wide open.
Oh, really? Wow. I haven't played 6 meters in a long time. I'll have to get the heck out of here.
Canada, Oregon, Washington, Oklahoma. What else I got here? Reading. Yeah, all since about 610.
Ah, cool. All right, I'll take a look. I'm going to pull up the old DX map here and check it out myself. And number 740 there, David. And you got myself, and I'll try one more call for Lone Pine. Anybody up in Lone Pine or the high desert up 395? This is W6PMD, assisted net control for the Sunday night Bozo net. Looking for check-ins.
198.
198. You got a good signal in you. How you doing?
I do just fine, Pat. I'll tell you, got a little windy up here today, but overall, not a bad day. We'll get on the side here and let you bet. Maybe you can get down Lone Pine. K6's easy. I work there.
Well, thanks for being there, Dean. 198 got you on the books. I don't think I'm going to hear John. We didn't hear him this morning either, so I did hear him on 75 meter net. Anyway, thanks for being there, Dean.
Check.
Anybody else in the sound of my voice wants to check in? I'm looking pretty much north, W6PMD.
Number 280.
WA6TZ, number 280. Got you in the log. Pretty good signal up here, Tom.
Yeah, good evening, Pat and Dave. It's 73 WA6TZ.
Roger. Thanks for being there. Anybody else while I'm looking in this direction, looking for check-ins to the Sunday night Bozo net? Yeah, Skip, you're in the other direction here. Let me look over here. That should be a little better for you. Number 28, Skip, got you in there.
Not close to the sun.
Well, I know why my signal was down. I was on the vertical. Got you in there, Skip. I'm going to run back over to Lone Pine. Take care, man. Well,
179 checking in, Pat. 179.
179. How you doing, John?
Doing great, bro. Thanks so much, man. I'll be standing by letting you get that other station.
You bet. 179 there, David.
Yep, got him. Go ahead.
All right, back to Lone Pine on the right antenna, looking for K6MWK. K6MWK, Lone Pine, W6PMD. I hear Mike in there, MYC, looking for Lone Pine, K6MWK. John, you with us? This is W6PMD, Delta Mike 13. try them again in a little while.
I thought I heard a 119 in there somewhere, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could have. Yeah. 119, and you with us? I didn't hear you. I was looking the other direction there, Hart. Okay, who wants to check into the Bozo Net? This is W6PMD. Okay, 143, got you in there. Off the beam antenna this time, so sounded good there, Cornelio.
Hey, Pat, I think OJT was trying to check in.
Who was that, Tim?
I think OJT was trying to check in.
Oh, that's Mikey's department.
Sorry.
Where's Mikey at?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, get on.
All right, so that was part of the first 15 minutes or so of the Bozo Net. Right now, we're going to slide up to 144.270. We normally go to 144.250, but we try to stay away from the Bozo Net as far as possible without interfering with any of their check-ins from further away, because a couple of guys live pretty close to some of the net control operators, so we bleed over them. So anyways, this go ahead and bring in 144.270.
Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf. Monitoring.
Hey, Greg, WA6QXA, Keith here, Long Beach.
Good evening. Did you do your check-in today? I missed the first 5 minutes or so of it.
I was absolutely the first person that checked in this evening.
I heard a lot of guys checking in, but they didn't come back to them. I heard 3 guys say numbers and they never went back to them. So I don't know if they ever came back or whatever, but I missed you because I turned it on 5 minutes late.
Yeah, I heard that too. It's like they check in and then they come back to them to confirm and they don't come back. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was right after me. I heard 4 different numbers. I know 119 was one of them, and I'm trying to think of the other two, 497 or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I was the first one. I was quick draw my draw tonight.
I heard Fred in there too as I was getting set up here. I got off work a little later than I thought tonight, so I was eating dinner with my family downstairs.
Oh, roger that. Yeah. So how's your weekend been? You got the day off or you got off early?
I worked today early, and I got off later than I thought I was going to get off today, but still have the night semi-free. It's been pretty busy the last couple weeks, so I'm about 3/4 way through now.
Yeah, I know you've been busy, boy. So you got, another week or two of really busyness and it slows down a hair?
Yeah, I got a couple days off here and there and then a whole week off after that. So I'm really looking forward to chilling out, playing some radio, and just hanging out with the family a little bit and stuff. So it's been kind of crazy, pretty long hours at work. So a lot longer than I thought today, that's for sure.
Where were you located?
I was in Anaheim, and I thought I would be out of there by about 4:30 or 5, and I ended up getting out of there after 6. So kind of bit into my time I had planned for dinner.
Roger.
You been keeping busy?
I took care of a few chores over the weekend. Yesterday, I did the yard, mow, all that kind of stuff. I was 5 minutes done. 5 minutes from being done, and I broke the sprinkler, which slowed me down another 30 minutes repairing that. But that's part of it. And today, my biggest chore was washing 3 cars. Otherwise, it's been kind of a chill day to the most part.
I could drive over. We can make it 4 if you want.
Yeah, anytime.
Contact.
Hey, Fred.
6 meters open. I was just talking to people up there in Oregon.
Yeah, I got this thing from Facebook. It's one of the ham Facebook
pages, and they were saying like 42 minutes ago 6 meters was open.
Yeah, yep, see? That extra antenna, you should have your 2 meter, that 5/8 wave, that'll go on 6 meters, should have it hooked up on that other antenna switch there. Boom, you could be working them.
Don't I have a 6 meter rubber ducky for my 818? Did it come with one?
No, I don't remember. But anyway, that 5/8 wave antenna you got, and you hook it to the HF side of your 991 Alpha, you can work 6 meters with it.
It'll match up?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that. Interesting. So I could actually hook up my 818 to it.
Right, I told you that the other day, it'll load up on 6. I told you that.
I kind of forgot, I guess, because I'm not used to talking down there. Pretty cool. I'll have to try sometime.
Who were you talking to? Butt in. Was that Greg?
Yeah, Greg's live streaming right now. Go ahead.
Welcome aboard. Yeah, I heard you check in, Fred, right before, I think 2 people before me on the Bozo net there. Just missed you.
Yeah, 6 meter. When they heard them extra 6 meters after I checked in, I went over to 6 meters on 50.120.14, and I talked to a guy up there in Oregon and got a good signal, 5x9.
Yeah, I also heard on one of the repeaters I was listening to, I was scanning on the way home, that 10 and 11 meters is open. Some guys were talking up to Northern California, and I think somebody was talking in Utah or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, Keith, next time get that thing already set up there, then, you got that coax switch for 4 antennas. Just have a coax cable go out and put the 5/8 wave antenna up there. Boom!
For my A2 991 Alpha or for the 818?
I do it on the 991 Alpha, 50 watts, man, so you can bang out there.
Yeah, okay. Have to give it a shot.
Yeah, that's sideband,
Is it lower?
Upper.
It is upper, okay.
I'll see if they're still there.
Has anybody else been on frequency at all?
At this frequency?
Or 250 at all?
250 on and off today, throughout the day. I've been on and off and on myself. Yeah.
Has Rob or Andy or any of those guys been out at all?
Andy, probably about 2 hours ago, he's got a new antenna, and so he was kind of checking it out and stuff like that. Rob was out, I believe, last night. He's been kind of AWOL for a while, busy and so forth, but he was out last night, as I recall. So it was good talking to him. So yeah, I actually went up to Signal Hill with my mobile, did a little bit of talking and stuff like that. Fred's been pedaling his battery-operated bicycle with his ham radio, and I was doing radio checks with him throughout the day. He was out there for a solid 3-4 hours a day.
Well, that sounds like he got some excellent exercise today and some hobby work in for his radio stuff.
He was doing a good job, man.
Was he dragging 400 feet of ground radios?
Not sure. We'll have to ask him that one.
Hey guys, AJ6BE.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, man, it's got a really good SWR down here, so I'm pretty happy about that. I probably should have split the frequencies a little bit better and tried to get 146.520 a little bit better, but it's good enough for now. It looks like I've got a couple more bars on the YouTube channel here, so good signal. I like it.
Yeah, I put the preamp on. Check it out now.
Hey, KJ6EGG, probably a solid 9. There's a delay there. Where is it? Oh, wow. Oh, you had it off before. Okay.
Solid S20 there.
I like that even better.
I turned this off so I don't kill my ears.
Hey, how do you get the after 8 p.m. net and Bozo net and all that stuff on the screen? Do you go in and program that as like the channel or something?
Yeah, it's part of my the memory bank alpha.
Oh, gotcha.
Gives the radio a little more character. I don't like using the VFO if I'm kind of just using on a frequency I normally are on.
No, I hear you.
And that goes back where I had a problem with my the remote software. It stays in VFO mode, so I can't look at my memories and I can't go through everything. So I have to manually put everything in. So that's why I'm a little confused.
Are you going to put some time in that this week and try and get that figured out? I'm sure there's something, whether it's an update on the radio or something.
No time, unfortunately, this week.
Oh, I thought this was the week you had off. Next week?
I have one day off this week. Then the next week I don't have any. Then the following week I got a couple days off. And the following I have like the whole week off, I think.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I'm 3/4 of the way through my 6 weeks of hell.
Hell week. Or hell month. I don't know. In high school we used to have that, right, for football?
Yeah, we had it for cross country as well.
Yes.
What kind of explain your antenna? I just found out you got a brand new antenna. Tell me what you got. What you're doing with it?
I bought a Ringo Ranger 2, the 14-foot version of the Ringo. And I figured if I get an amp and I want to pump 400 watts through it, it's an antenna that can handle it. And seems like it's working pretty well.
Is it a beam or just a regular vertical?
Just a 2-meter vertical, single band.
It's called a Wrangle 2?
Ringo, R-I-N-G-O, Ringo Ranger 2. It's all aluminum, 2/5/8 waves stacked. Should last forever. I mean, you see these things on top of towers for years. HRO has theirs down because they were re-roofing the building apparently, and they were telling me theirs is about 12 to 15 years old, and they're going to put it back up as soon as the roof's done.
They're not that expensive either.
No, pretty cheap. It's even cheaper when they give you the wrong one and you have to go back and exchange it. I paid $75 for it.
Doesn't give a lot of info on the gain and stuff on them though, online at least. At least I can't find it.
It's made by Cushcraft. You could probably find it on their website. I don't remember what it was listed at. It's an ARX-2B. The numbers aren't all that great according to what I'm seeing here. I think it's 6 dB gain.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. That's not what I expected. But whatever the case, you're definitely louder here. We're so close. You know, I wouldn't expect a big difference, but I didn't. We obviously saw a big difference. Yeah,
and I think the antenna I had before had
6.5 or something dB gain, so I'm surprised it's such a big difference.
Now it's time for you to get some juice.
Yeah, I gotta get caught up, man. I've kind of overspent on the ham radio hobby in the last month or two.
It doesn't make you a bad person, Andy. I just let you know.
They have to have a ham radio anonymous or something.
I think on that antenna, it being 5/8, I just think, that's what I've got for my mobile antenna, and it speaks so well that that's helping your signal quite a bit. That's my take.
Yeah, one thing I noticed with the fiberglass one I pulled down, a diamond, whatever the heck it is, 6 meter, 2 meter, 440. It's been a great antenna, really. But when I pulled it down, the 6 meter element fell apart. So I'm thinking, just as a receive antenna, or really 2 meter 440 antenna, I may pop it up on another side of the house or something. Put just a regular ground radio on it and make it a dual bander, and probably run with that with one of these other radios.
Yeah, well, this one is definitely louder than your previous one by at least 1 or 2 dB.
That's pretty amazing. It's the same coax, and it's located in the exact same spot the other one was, since I elevated it, I mean. So it's up about 6 or 7 feet higher than it was, a couple of weeks ago. But for the last week, I've been running the other antenna at this same height. So same coax, same height, and it looks like, 2S units stronger. I'll take it. I mean, I'm pretty impressed so far.
Was not the other antenna like a half-wave antenna?
I don't remember the specs on it. I'll have to look it up.
Are your ears any better?
It seems like slightly, yes. But the jury's out on that one.
See, it's not so much about the gain. I was reading something about the angle of attack off the antenna makes a big difference as well.
Yeah, for sure. And this one claims to be relatively flat, which probably is a good thing for what we're doing.
I would say this is a huge improvement in your signal, and you actually sound a little cleaner too, which is weird. So maybe you had a little bit of problem with your antenna.
Well, I know the SWR on the previous antenna was like 1.5 or 1.4 or something, and this one is almost flat here.
It's kind of the same problem I have here, if you notice on my meter.
Yeah, but up at 146.52, it was a lot better than this one's probably going to be. So I ran the meter on it. I think it was 1.4 up there, and it's 1-to-1 down here. So
that's not that big of a difference in frequency, and it's off by that much. That's strange.
Yeah, I actually tried, according to the dimensions, I tried setting it up for 145, so it would be kind of in the middle. And I must have been off a little bit because it's really dialed in here on 144, and that's okay. That's where I'm at most of the time anyway.
It's time for you to get some juice. I can't wait.
Yeah, you're going to have to. I need some money first.
Hey, Greg, did you hear who did get some juice?
No, who?
Bard.
Oh, really? Man, he's really been stepping up his game as well.
Some juice.
How much is he running?
Andy.
I'm sorry, my relay kick was still kicked in. Say again?
Or Andy.
Wow, his antenna can do that much?
But the loop can.
The loop he has?
He's got the M-squared loops. They can handle 1,000, 1,500 watts or something like that.
I can't wait till he pops on frequency again.
Yeah, I hope he does this evening. I talked to him a little bit this morning.
And are you running power right now, or are you barefoot?
By TE Systems. He's got the bigger cooling fins on it. It's really a nice amp.
You know how you guys are going for the 9700s? Well, he's going to start a trend with those TE linears.
That's going to be my next purchase, I think.
See what I mean?
What model number is that?
I think he got a 1452G.
I'll send you a text that he sent me of a price list of this, because if you go online, their website's really antiquated and outdated. So he did send me a new price list, which is probably about $100 more than the old price list. So I'll send it to you.
Oh, wow. This thing's huge. Andy, it's calling your name, pal.
Andy's broke.
Come on, Andy can sell some of his gear. I can't wait till you get that. Where you're at right there? Just think if Rob got that with his altitude.
I know, Rob's already, I mean, I think his signal is what, a plus 20 to your house?
Who just sent me that? Was that Andy?
Yeah, that's a picture of the amp at Ward's.
That thing is beautiful. Huge, too.
Well, they make two different models. They make a mobile version, which is a little smaller, and you can put a fan on top of it if you want. Or they make this one, which is, I think the mobile one is 6 inches wide. This one is 10 inches wide. And you don't need the fan with this one. They said unless you're going to use it for, like, you know, keying up for minutes at a time or as a repeater type thing, you don't need it when you've got this much cooling fins. So, yeah, I think he chose wisely. He doesn't have to listen to the fan blowing.
Holy crap, that's expensive. Keith, I just got your text.
The same thing that Andy sent you?
No. You sent me the price list. Andy sent me the setup. Looks beautiful.
It's really not that much different than the Mirage, though. You know, the 200 watt is right in line with what the Mirage pricing was.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. And the Mirage does more than 200 watts, too.
Yeah, I think they're all underrated a little bit, because the TE guy was telling Ward, I believe, that this 400 will do like 420 or 450 or something like that. I don't remember what he said, but it was something more than it's rated.
I wonder if he comes in S20 at my house now.
What was he before?
If I had my preamp on, he'd come in, he'd peak about 9.
Hopefully he jumps on here pretty quick.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to jump off for just a few minutes. I'm going to keep the stream up. I'm going to say goodnight to my daughter, which I haven't been able to do for the last week and a half.
Enjoy.
Be back in about 10. This is Greg, Kilowatt 6 Echo Golf Golf from the beautiful city of Chino. I'll be back.
I'll be back. AJ6BE.
WA6 2XA, holding down the fort.
No, I'm still here. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay. No, I'm telling you right now, you're at least 2 dB hotter than you normally are for me. You're a solid 9+. And before, you'd hit me like a 7, maybe sometimes would creep to an 8, but you're a solid 9+.
And you're barefoot, right?
Yeah, I'm doing 45 watts right now.
Yeah, and you're S9 here, and I think you needed some juice to get there before. So I think it is receiving better, but I'm not positive yet.
Yeah, I don't think I ever hit you that hot barefoot. There's times where I had to turn on just so you could hear me.
Well, I'll certainly enjoy that if it hears a little bit better. It's an interesting antenna, man. Pretty well built. I think it'll be a good one for a while.
Well, my point with the 5/8 situation, I just had an experience with the mobile that I got about a month ago, and how well it's been speaking. Most of these 17-footers and whatnot, I think they're a bunch of half-wave antennas, you know. So with the 5/8, it'd be a little more low. What's the term called? You know what I'm talking about, where the signals go lower and everything. It just, I don't know, it gets out better, seems like.
I'm going to look up the specs of my old antenna and see what it was made of. I just don't remember.
I'm going to crank on the linear and see if I make a big difference right now. Okay, can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, noticing much of a difference?
My needle seems to get a little stingy at S9. I do notice a difference in that you're holding an S9 solid, where before you're kind of bouncing and peaking at an S9. You're more of like always at the S9, but it doesn't quite get you over the top. I was noticing that with Ward the other day too, though. Even with like 200 watts running to his antenna, he still wasn't cracking a 9, and he was at 9 before. So I think that's my needle more than anything.
Did I seem, I turned it back off. Did I seem louder or pretty much the same?
I think pretty much the same. Do it again. Give me audio before and then click it on. Give me audio again.
Okay, barefoot, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And power, testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you're definitely louder. The volume's up as well.
Okay. Well, I'm one to just keep it at what I can be heard with. If I use it when I need to, but I don't like using it unless I really have to. So since you're hearing me with the 9 without it, I'm not going to bother with it right now.
Oh yeah, you're killing it tonight. No problem there. You know, with all the other bands opening up, I'm wondering if we're experiencing a little of that today, and it's all a little bit false. Maybe this antenna's just benefiting from that.
Can you remind me what you paid for it?
I think the normal price is like $130, something like that.
That's a good deal. I mean, I know it's 2 meter only, right?
Yeah, that's the bummer of it, 2 meter only. But you know, you can run a duplexer, an outdoor or weather resistant duplexer. It comes in a little box or whatever, and put a 440 and a 2 meter and just run one coax out to it, and then split it from there and put 440 to one antenna, 2 meter to the other antenna. I'm thinking about, I could do something like that if I really wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. Like we've talked about, this is kind of where I hang out, so I'll just leave it for that, and I'll run a 2 meter 440 maybe on the other side of the house for one of the other radios, and I think I'll be covered.
Yeah, I really speak 440 anymore. It's a pain in the neck for me because this linear is 2 meters only, and I can't even key up at 440 even though I don't have the linear on. It doesn't work. So what I have to do is unhook the linear. So it's kind of a pain in the neck. So I'm not encouraged to go up to 440 that often. I do it when somebody wants me to go up there for whatever reason, but I don't make a habit of it.
You could run a switch through it, though, if you wanted to, right? I mean, run an A-B switch and kind of, it's not a perfect solution, but it would work around it.
Yeah, and I did that for a while, but I already have one switch, then you have another switch, you got all these different patch cords, blah, blah, blah. You start getting a ton of lock, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to simplify things.
All right. The previous antenna was a Diamond V2000A, 99.6 inches tall, and stand by for dimensions.
That's a big boy.
Man, I just got an S7 blast of noise. I don't know what's going on all of a sudden. Somebody turned on something.
Coffee with you. Just finishing up there. Definitely.
See, that antenna showed a 6.2 dB gain on 2 meter and an 8.4 dB on 440, 150 watt power capacity, and I don't understand the phasing here. I got to go look at the product website.
Well, I texted Ward, and he said he just checked into the net. He kind of forgot about it. He'll be coming down here in a minute. I told him Greg Stein to talk to you.
I can't wait to see the difference in the signal. Although I may have to bolt again real quick. My daughter wasn't out of the bath yet.
Did you already put your daughter down?
No, she's still taking a bath, so she might pop her head in here momentarily.
That's what you said. Okay, gotcha. All of a sudden, my noise went way off the roof. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it drops soon.
You got 12 more minutes, and you can run power again. I got no signal here, no noise here whatsoever. It's super clean.
I did till about 5 minutes ago, then all of a sudden it just became an S7, so something's going on in the neighborhood. I don't know what it is.
W6WWD.
Go ahead, Ward. This is Greg, K6EGG.
You can't hear me? I'm sorry. I'll go away. How's everybody doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I was just taking a look at your signal here. You running your power right now?
Not yet. No. Why? Am I faded away?
Just gonna judge. I want to see how the difference is. I'll turn my preamp back on because you're normally like around S7 peaking to S9, so I want to see the big difference when you pop it on.
Okay, well, all right, well, here we go. I'm not sure how things are, how they're going to work, but that should be my normal signal.
Yep, that's your normal signal there.
Okay, here's a little bit more. How's that working? Does that do anything else?
A little bit. You're staying with close to the peak of S9.
Give me a moment here. Hold on. All right. Well, that should be right around 160 to 180 watts. Is that any different?
Not really, no.
Let me start with 100 watts, K6 less. Did I beat him with 100 watts?
No, he beat you.
How much?
Half the signal strength is better.
Help me.
What?
How many more dBs does the signal louder than mine?
5 more.
4?
Yep.
Hey, War, 10 meters is open up, 40s is open up, 6 meters is open up.
Oh, is that right? I don't have 40, but definitely could go down to 6, but I could definitely take a peek down there, but I'm probably not going to stay on too much longer this evening. I appreciate you letting me know about that, though.
Absorbing the energy there. Talk to Alex, he'll tell you all about it. You didn't tell me all the little details.
Are you talking to me, Fred?
Yeah, I'm talking about your palm tree there.
Oh, well, I didn't really know that palm tree would be my nemesis.
Well, it is. And that palm tree is sucking up your signals.
You crank that amp up, I'm sure it'll light it on fire, take care of it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
next time.
Hey, Ward.
I'm going to be right back, K6EGG.
W6WWD, AJ60.
Hi, Curtis. How you doing? W6WWD, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. Just wanted to let you know you're like 5'9 plus 10 over in the high desert.
Hey guys, 10 meters is open.
Well, thank you, Curtis. Yeah, I appreciate it. I might want to swing over to 10 meters. How you doing on it real quick?
This is David, KB6VA. I just thought I'd let you guys know 10 meters is wide open.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you go. I'm sandbagging. Sorry. And also, Andy's definitely like a S7, which is a couple S units more than he normally is. Of course, that could be band conditions. Just don't know. So anyway, I'll be listening out. AJ60.
Okay, Curtis, good talking to you. Thank you for giving me a shout. I'll get you a little bit here, 73 W6WWD.
Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate it. Sounds like the antenna's doing something, but yeah, you're right. Conditions being that they are, we don't know yet.
Yeah, I'm curious. Many years ago, I used to have a Ringo Ranger 2, and it worked fantastic. But the one I had did not have any radials below it. Does yours have the radials?
Yeah, there's about a 4-foot coax jumper, 3 to 4 feet, and then the radials hang on the push-up pipe.
Okay, yeah, because they make great antennas. I also have a G6, which is made by Hustler. It's rated for 600 watts, and it's basically the same thing as the Ringo Ranger. It's 2 5/8 in a collinear. It works really good. But I'm not using it right now. It's on the other side of my house. I have it hooked up to another radio system, but it's working great.
Yeah, that's a fiberglass one, correct?
The G6 is aluminum, but it has a coil in the middle. I think the Ringo Ranger has like a C-shaped phasing unit.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's interesting. I found that Hustler antenna somewhere, and I thought that's the one I was going to look for and get, and then I couldn't find it anymore. The one I was bringing up was about a 10-foot fiberglass one, it seemed like.
Yeah, let's see. My G6, I think it's 11 foot something. I think that's what it is. And they do make a G7, which is 7 dBd gain, which is equivalent to a 8.5, something like that, dBi. I downloaded the user manual for the antenna that you have, and it looks like it's, hang on, I think it's rated at, I got the specs here. I downloaded the manual from DX Engineering. It is 5.5 dBd, which is equivalent to 7.6 dBi.
Nice. Yeah, the paperwork that they give you with it doesn't tell you a whole lot about it, but my plan is to get an amp very similar, in fact, the same one that Ward has, and at least I'll be able to run it now.
Yeah, 400 watts, that definitely is worth investing in. If I was going to buy an amplifier, it would have to be at least 400 watts because, going from 100 to 200, that's only 3 dB gain. That's only half a S unit, and then you double that, 400, that goes up another 3 dB gain, which that gives you a whole full S unit, which, yeah, that would definitely make a difference.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. They make a 600-watt unit as well, but you need, I think, 28 volts to run it. I want to keep it in a 12-volt range so I can take it with me in the RV.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, I'll let you go. I've been listening quite a bit in the last few days. I haven't keyed the microphone, said anything because I have been sandbagging. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, your signal is definitely much stronger than I'm normally used to hearing you there, Andy. I'll be taking a standby and listening. AJ6BE, AJ60.
Take care, Curtis. Good to talk to you. Have a good one. AJ6BE, clear and listening.
AJ60, Curtis, am I making it up to a grade? This is WA6QXA, Keith, Long Beach.
Long Beach? Yeah, you're, let's see, I was looking at my meter while you were doing your testing there on your amplifier and not. You were like an S5 on your just 45 watts or whatever it is, and now you're like an S7, maybe peaking a little bit over.
Okay, good to know, good to know. I got, just like 10 minutes ago, all of a sudden I got this blast of noise. I got an S7 noise right now, so I'm actually having to wear headphones to get to hear you, but with them on I can hear you full, tilt, but I don't like the noise I got in the background going on. I don't know what it's from.
Yeah, Roger, well, that's nobody likes noise. My noise level right now is pretty much zero also, but I have had times in the past where I had like a S3 to 5 noise level, which is very unusual for me in the high desert. So there must be something going on up there. It will probably go away in an hour or two. Anyway, nice to say hi to you there, Keith. WA6QXA, AJ60.
Most definitely, it's been a while. Definitely, so I want to get in there and say hi to you too back. So I'll take a side, let somebody else go at it. WA6QXA, we're going to be listening.
Okay, Keith. Oh, even though you haven't heard me, I've been monitoring. I've heard everybody talking to, was it K6EGG in his airplane? I heard John talking to him. I heard Fred talking to him. I heard you talking to him, and I think even Dale talking to him. So yeah, I've been monitoring. I've been hearing Fred when he was out in Temecula, and I heard his friend WA6AB or something like that. Last time I heard him, he was pretty low, but the same day that Fred kind of helped him set his radio system up, he was coming like an S3. He was coming in pretty good. But the last time I heard him, he was pretty weak. Anyway, taking a standby, AJ60.
Yeah, roger that. I actually talked to him today. I was on Signal Hill on my mobile. He was blazing up on Signal Hill for me. But yeah, it's kind of a weak signal at my base station. But he is making it, but I have to, again, put headphones on too for him because his signal is pretty weak. But with the headphones, I typically can talk to him. But yeah, he's working on the station. Anyway, WA6QXA, we're on the side. Listening?
Hey, Curtis. Greg, K6EGG.
Howdy, Greg. Sounding good tonight.
Same down here for you. Long time no talk. Nice to hear you.
No, you've been like missing in action. That's, don't you just hate work?
I actually like it, but the last couple of weeks have been pretty rough, rougher than normal. So it's good to have a couple free nights off at home, which I haven't had in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Roger. Well, when I was in the workforce, punching the time clock, I always took my 2-meter handy-talkie because you can do that, right? It was pretty cool. So even when you're at work and you can still do ham radio. I mean, I always enjoyed that. Even when I worked for Home Depot for a while, I used to carry my 2-meter radio in the store and monitor a couple of repeaters here in the high desert. Anyway, you're sounding good. I know. I think I heard you say you got the streaming going on. So enjoy your day off today, and I'll be standing by and listening. K6EGG, I think that's what it is. AJ60.
Excellent. Yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't have the day off, but I did have the evening off. But yeah, it's great hearing you. Audio sounding great as always. I'm gonna take a little back seat and take a listen for a little bit.
When I'm watching your stream right now, I just see this little ball going in circles, and your time says 18:54. Is that on my end, or is it working on your end?
I don't know. Let's take a look at my confidence thing here.
I see 1902. It seems to be working fine for me.
Okay, I must have internet problems. I'll have to look into it. Okay, good.
Yeah, usually I get some error messages or something. I don't see any, and I don't have my other computer running that I keep as a conference monitor to make sure the stream's going. And by the way, we had over 100 views the other night when we were up.
Which night was that?
Thursday. And the reason why I say we were up, it's because of all of us were talking, I think.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, I think the longer I go, the more people we get watching. And I've gotten a couple emails from a couple different people as well. And I'm hoping to be on this Thursday coming up. It got quiet. Nobody's talking now.
I'm looking at mobile antennas online here. I've got a 55-inch antenna that I can put on my pickup truck, and they make one that's 62. The 55-inch is almost uncomfortably tall. The 62-inch I can't even imagine, but it's 5 dB gain on 2 meter.
It's not bad. I know I got to take a look and see what model that is, but that thing really makes a difference. The other day when I was talking to Keith, I put it on. He said it made a pretty decent-sized difference.
I think the one I really want to get is the Larson 270. It's a good size, it's got good gain. I'd like to try that one out and see what it's like. Where I've got the antenna mounted on the pickup truck, it's a little bit finicky. Although the 55-inch antenna works really well. It's just too tall.
Larson as in Lima?
Yes.
270?
Yes.
Yeah, back in the day, those were like the Cadillac of antennas. I'm sure they still are.
Yeah, they have good gain, like 3.8 dBi, I think is what it's rated at. And that's not bad for a mobile that's, I think it's 35 inches tall or something.
I even have one here in my garage. I don't remember the model number. I think it's only 2 meter rated. But I think it's like made out of stainless steel and then copper coated on the outside. It's the weirdest thing I ever saw.
Wow. Yeah, they're hard to come by right now. At least at HRO, they're sold out of pretty much everything, it seems like, but that antenna wasn't available.
Yeah, I was just for fun thinking, well, you know what, it'd be nice to have an X700 for 5/8 wave collinears. I don't need one, but I wonder if I really wanted one. Well, I checked HRO. They didn't have any in stock. They didn't know when they're going to get any more. DX Engineering, they have them in stock. So whatever HO does not have, DX Engineering will.
Is that the 24-footer?
Yeah, it's the same one that Ward is using.
Yeah, it's a great antenna. It really does a nice job.
Yeah, you know, I would buy one, except I just put up a GP9, I don't think, maybe not even a month ago.
Yeah, that makes it kind of tough.
And I've already have a GP6 laying on my roof, which was up there first. And then I have a G6 on the other side of my house that I use for crossband repeat on another radio. And then I have a X50, which I do not use at all. So I really don't need any more antennas, but I never say never.
Yeah, I need more. I need to put another one on the other side of the house so I can run some more radios all at the same time and listen to all the different stuff.
You know, back in the day, the Cushcraft Ringo Ranger antennas, they did not have radios underneath them, so that's something relatively new. On my antenna that I'm using, my GP9, I measured down 14 inches, and I have 4 4-foot-long stainless steel whip sticking straight out, almost exactly like the Ringo Ranger 2 is. And the only reason I did that because I had them laying around. I've had them for years, and Fred kept telling me you need to add radios, so I added them to them, and I think they help. I'm not 100% for sure, but I think they do help lower the radiation angle.
Yeah, there's got to be a science to how far down, right? I mean, I don't know what the calculation would be, but you probably heard me say the antenna itself is only about 10 feet tall, but they call it a 14-foot antenna because the radials go down with that little jumper about 4 feet. So overall it's 14 feet, but it uses 4 foot of your push-up pole. So I don't know. It must do something.
Yeah, because the radios have continuity between them and your mast, so your mast is actually a part of your antenna system. So my GP9 is 17 feet tall. I think I measured down about 1.5 feet where I got these other radios. So it's probably, my antenna probably altogether is probably closer to 20 feet tall.
A G7 sure looks nice.
Yeah, that's 3 5/8 waves, and I almost bought that one, but I didn't. I wish I would have. I think it is, 14 feet or 17 feet tall, and it's also rated for, I think, 600 watts.
Yeah, 15 feet, 4 inches tall. That's nice.
Yeah, I heard
who makes that one?
Really good reviews, and other hams have been in 2 meters for many decades, and they say they run a kilowatt through that antenna, and they have no problems at all, even though it's only rated for 600.
Hustler. It's made by Hustler, Keith.
Yeah, and the only downer to that is it is a single band.
Do you know anybody that uses an outside duplexer to convert it, like, duplexer from the house out, so you got one pipe going out and then a duplexer on the other end for several different antennas, at least a 2-meter 440 if not more? You know anybody that actually does that? Because I'm wondering the loss you get going out through the diplexer and or duplexer and then getting reduplexed again on the outside seems like it'd be an awful lot.
Well, I do that on my G6. I have a dual band radio in my garage, and I had a diplexer that I had sitting around spare, and it was 2 meters 440, and I wanted the G6, but then that means I wouldn't have anything for my 440 side, and I wanted to use that radio specifically just for doing crossband repeat while I'm messing around in my yard. So I hooked it up backwards where I have the single coax going from the diplexer to the diplexer, but it's inside my garage still. It's not outside. Then I have 2 coaxes. One goes up to the G6, and then I have a short piece of coax that goes to a little mag mount antenna in my garage because I use that as the input of my crossband repeat, and I don't really need, something really high in the air. I mean, I can go down probably a couple miles down the street and I can still get into it. So I wanted to keep it as low as possible. So yeah, that's doable. I'm sure you can buy an outdoor rated diplexer. I'm doing exactly what you're thinking of doing. It does work.
Yeah, definitely thinking about doing that because I bought some half-inch hardline that I need to put up yet, and once I do, I'm thinking I've got 2 really nice pipes going outbound. Maybe that would be a way to, separate them.
Oh yeah, that will definitely work. It's that's one way to get out from buying or using a dual band antenna, which they say antennas that are designed specifically for one band have better performance than the ones that are designed for 2 bands. So I kind of believe that, but I don't have no scientific proof. Anyway, I'm going to jump out here because I've been on here a little bit too long. I'll let somebody else get in there, Andy. Let's see. Oh, AJ6BE, AJ60.
Yeah, me too, Curtis. Thanks. AJ6B, I'll be listening.
Hey, Andy, that Larson 270B, what type of connector does that have?
I think you can get both UHF and NMO, but I run everything NMO.
Is there an advantage to that?
No, it's just what I started with, so I kind of, everything I have is that way. I like the wider base. Seems to me like it would be a stronger mount, but that's probably all in my head.
So right now, I have a Super Gainer SG-7500. That thing does pretty good, and this Larson one looks like it does better on gain.
Which one does?
That Larson 270.
Yeah, you said you have a 7500?
Yeah, SG-7500 Super Gainer.
Slightly better, right? At least on the 2-meter side. It's 3.8, I think, versus 3.5. About the same height. Yeah.
Yeah, but that 2 inches shorter will get me in my garage, so I might pick up that antenna.
Yeah, I've always had a really good luck with Larson, but you know they're spendy. Although that antenna's like $80, it's not terrible.
Doesn't look like they have any available anywhere.
No, I think Antenna Farms, the Antenna Farm has them.
Now you're making me look. Actually, I'm seeing 2.4 dB a gain with the Larson, and I'm getting 3.5 with the Super Gainer, so it's a little bit of a difference.
I thought it was 3.8. Did I read it wrong?
So 2.4 for 2 meter and 4.0 for 77 centimeter. I'm a little confused because one of them says on the DX Engineering site, oh, they're the same length. Yeah, the antenna farm has them listed as 2.4 as well.
Huh, maybe I misread then.
You know what? Hold on a second. That's not the right model. No, you were right. I was looking at the wrong one.
Oh, man. You were killing my buzz, man.
I only see it on the antenna farm as a NMO connector.
And that may actually be what they have. I don't really know that.
But if I get that antenna, I have the same amount of gain as that super gainer I have, and it'll fit in my garage, so I can get rid of the little cheap whip I have.
Their website's difficult to search in sometimes. I think I found it. Is it $70 or am I looking at the wrong one? Looks right.
Yeah, $69.95.
Yeah, Larson's always treated me well. Their mag mounts are great. Although, to be fair, Hustler has as well. Hustler, I had I think it was a 220 mag mount from Hustler. That thing lasted forever and it really performed well. I was HT most of the time back in those days.
Too bad they don't have a trunk mount for that thing.
You can get a trunk mount NMO. Are you looking for a lip mount, or do you want to punch a hole, or what?
Oh, no hole punching. One that just attached to the lip, and then it kind of, you screw it in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I had a truck mount on my Sonata hybrid. In fact, I had two of them, one on each side.
You have a Sonata, or you used to have one?
I still have one. I'm actually selling it now. I don't really need it, but my daughter's been driving it, so I might hang on to it for a month.
I have a 2016 Sonata, and I found out Curtis has a 2017 Sonata.
Yep, mine's a 17 hybrid. It runs great. It's a great car, but the company car program that I have, or it's not a company car, but the auto allowance or whatever, you have to get a new car every 4 years. So I bought a Tacoma and need to sell this one now.
You know, now I'm going to spend money and get another antenna. Thanks, Andy.
Hybrid, what kind of gas mileage you get?
Well, interesting story there. I bought some really nice tires for it that apparently were not hybrid tires, even though I asked for hybrid-specific tires. It was getting about 42 to 43 average city and highway, and now it's getting about 38 and a half, I think, average city and highway, just because of the tire difference.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great car. Lots of room inside. I've been very happy with the car.
My son just bought a 2020 Hyundai Sonata.
Yeah, I've been happy with mine also.
Fully loaded. It has, that car can actually pretty much drive itself. It has lane assist. You turn that thing on, and it'll keep your car right exactly in the center of the lane. And then you turn on the cruise control, and it's got a radar that shoots out, and it'll speed up and slow down, and it'll keep, an exact car length distance away. And even when you go around turns and stuff on the freeway, the car will actually drive itself. I mean, it is the coolest thing.
That is cool. Does it have that feature where you can pull it out of a parking spot if someone parks too close to you? That's kind of neat looking.
Yeah, it'll do that too with remote start. It is pretty amazing, and he didn't even buy I have the limited edition, which is like the highest class. He bought the SEL, which I think it's a new version, which is, it's not a limited, it's lower than the limited version, but it's fully loaded. It's got all the leather seats and all the bells and whistles, tinted windows and everything. I mean, you got a really good deal. I'm impressed.
Yeah, they're great cars. They really are.
It's just weird driving on the road, and you can take your hands off the wheel, and the car drives itself down the freeway, and it speeds up, slows down, puts on the brakes. And if you're coming up too fast to a car in front of you, of course it'll put on the brakes, but it'll send out a warning signal. It's pretty, really, really cool. AJ60.
And AJ6BE.
With K6EGG.
WA6QXA, Keith Longmead.
Comet MNO trunk lid mount, and then buy Larson antenna, and it'll screw right on there. They're compatible.
Oh, I'm looking. If you're watching the stream, I'm looking.
Yeah, I think the Larson mag mount antenna I think it's almost 40 years old, and it was, they were like the Cadillac back in the day, and they weren't cheap. They weren't cheap either.
No, I think their main focus is on business, is it not?
I don't know, but I think the guy who invented them he's German, so Germans, they pretty much make almost the best of everything.
So I bought I think it's an 1180 or an 1181 or something like that, mobile antenna from Tram, just because it was cheap. And it's a decent performing antenna, but when you're doing 80 miles an hour down the freeway, it just bends over like a French fry that's a little soggy. Bends a little too much, I think.
Yeah, Tram, they're pretty popular, and their antennas are probably about half the price as like a Comet or a Diamond. and they work good. I mean, they're not made nowhere near as good as Japanese ones, but hey, they work.
It was a fun experiment anyway.
Do you know if those trunk mount connectors, or NMO connectors, Nemo connectors, have like little caps you can put on those things when you take off the antenna?
Yes, they do. They also have adapters for UHF if you wanted to, play with antennas on it.
Is that something you have to order separate?
The cap? Probably. You can get depending on what you're looking for, I think Tram makes one for $5 or $6 or something you can order online.
Why did I have to talk to you tonight?
Hey, I have I think it's a 900 or whatever they call that trunk mount. If you want to try it out, you're welcome to borrow it for a little bit. I'm not using it.
Yeah, I might hit you up for that.
Let me know. It's sitting here in a bag when I emptied out the Sonata.
Yeah, if I can get about the same gain and fit inside my garage without rubbing my garage door with an antenna, that'd be great, because I already went through one trunk mount. It busted off.
You busted the trunk mount itself off?
Yeah, I came in with a super gainer that's I think that's about almost 40 inches, and I came in pretty hot, and I didn't think about it. I forgot to take it off, and the weight of the super gainer antenna cracked the little metal inside the bracket that held the screw piece in.
Wow, I think the trunk mount I have would probably rip your trunk lid off before the antenna came off. It's pretty heavy duty.
These newer ones look a little more lower profile too.
The lip mounts?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the one I've got is probably not overly low. It's either a 900 or a 9000. K900, I think. Does that sound right?
That's actually, I think, what I have on mine.
You could probably just take the UHF mount out of yours and put an NMO mount in that same mount.
I think I can. I need to get the thicker coax too, because I'm running that super thin stuff.
Yeah, mine runs, I think it's got like a 6-inch run of that little stuff, just enough to get through the trunk lip, and then it turns into the fatter stuff. I have a smaller one too, a low profile one that I ran in the center. You can use that one if you want. Anyway, they're both NMO.
Hey Keith, what type of mobile antenna are you running?
It's a diamond 5/8 wave whip, 2 meter only.
Sounds like a big one.
It's a little bigger than, it's about, oh gosh, what is it, 4 feet maybe? I'm happy with it
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you can run a diplexer and put 440 antenna somewhere else on your car, and that'll work too. So you'll have 2 meters and 440.
All kinds of ways to spend your money. But wait, there's more.
Well, as Keith probably already knows, when you're a musician, you never have everything, because there's always something new that comes out 30 days later, and ham radio is no different. You never have it all, even though you want to try and get it. You just try to keep as much updated equipment as you can, and hopefully it doesn't go obsolete too quick. AJ60.
So true.
Well said.
And the same thing goes for computers and audio stuff.
I think I get something from American Music at least once a month. I get a catalog from them and some other music. I've bought so much music equipment in my life. I mean, I'm on their hit list, and they know I'll buy more stuff. And I think the newest thing I have is I bought a Crown amplifier that puts out I think 350 watts per channel, and I'm using that on my surround sound system inside my little 10-foot by 10-foot room.
Old D150 Crown amp.
Those things sound beautiful.
Well, supposedly the new digital ones by Crown are supposed to be really...
Yeah, it was giving me some problems, and so I called...
You guys doubled.
Again?
Sorry, doubled.
Go ahead, Keith.
I listened to the stream because I can hear Curtis better, but I think the delay, I'm messing up, stepping on everybody, so I apologize. But I had my D150, it was giving me some problems. I called Crown, and they said they wouldn't even fix it. I'm going, it's got your name on it. Well, we don't fix it, it's too old. So I had a buddy that works for, who did he work for? Up there in Pasadena. Guy's a genius. He fixed it for me. He said it just needed a couple caps. That's it. His works great.
And what was this you needed to get fixed?
It was an old Crown D150 amp.
Oh.
The new Crown digital amplifiers, I think they've been out for a few years. They are really good, so good that a lot of audiophile people are using them for their power amplifiers.
PA system power amp now. I'm starting to use QSC.
Hey Keith, can you hear me better when I switch over to my vertical? I guess not. AJ60.
Try again because I was listening to the feed. Go ahead.
I I just switched over to my vertical antenna. Can you hear me better on that? I've been using my beam.
I hear you better on the vertical by far.
Okay, yeah, you know, QSC stands for Quilter Sound Company, and back in the early 70s, I was a musician playing nightclubs and stuff, and I just happened, me and my friends drove by this building, really small store building in Orange County, and it said Quilter on it, which Quilter is the name of Pat, the guy who designed all the amplifiers, and he was just him and one other guy. Quilter, Pat made all the power amplifiers, and the other guy made all the speaker cabinets, and they made the best sounding solid state amplifier I have ever heard in my life. And of course, eventually, many decades later, I always thought, I wonder what happened to those guys. And come to find out, I was doing some electrical work in a movie theater, and I saw this amplifier, power amplifier, and it said QSC on it. And the way they made the Q was exactly the same way that Quilter used it on their amplifiers. And I thought, I wonder if that's the same company. Come to find out, it's the exact same company. They became a multi-million-dollar, company. One of the world's leading leaders in power amplifiers. And yep, sure enough, they're still in business. So I used to go down there, at least once or twice a week and just try out the new amplifiers they were making.
Yeah, they got a place out in, I think it's Costa Mesa or Fountain Valley in that area.
Yeah, and I guess back in the 70s, the movie theaters, they were just now switching over to THX for, surround sound, and there was only a couple handful of companies that actually made really good power amplifiers, so they spent all their time and energy in designing power amplifiers for movie theaters, and now that Pat has retired from the company, he started his QSC Quilter company back up again, and now he makes amplifiers for guitars and bass and stuff like that, and they're still like the best sounding I've ever heard.
For some reason, I didn't realize you're a musician, Curtis, unless you've talked about it before. I forgot. I am forgetful. What's your main instrument?
I play electric guitar. Used to play for many years, go around to different, we go from state to state, and we'd go to these small towns that had universities, because all the young kids there, they liked to party, and that's where we went to play. And so I did that for a long time, and eventually the band I was in broke up, and it's probably a good thing, because if I was still playing music a little bit longer, I probably wouldn't be alive today, because back in those days, drinking and drugs and everything, they all kind of went hand in hand with music.
Roger that. Alex is a guitarist also.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And, I used to play at this little club in Ontario, in Upland, called Bodine's. And there was another band that we met that we used to take turns. We would open for them, and then they would open for us, and we'd switch off and on, 2 or 3 times a week. And that band was Van Halen. And that's about as close as I got to getting popular. And I tell you what, those guys were good even when they were just a garage band.
That's a great story.
Then as I got older and I got married, I had 3 sons, and I taught them how to play guitar, and we all started a band, and we used to play in Reno, Nevada, in nightclubs there, and all we played was Christian music. That was it. We didn't play any worldly music, and the people loved it. They thought it was the greatest thing, and I was kind of thinking, wow, this is kind of strange, but that's kind of cool.
Well, how long have you lived in the high desert?
Oh, I've been here over about 25 years, off and on.
Back in the 80s, I played up there in Victorville area, a place, I want to say it was called Ruby Beans at the time.
I have never heard that. It seemed like, the hot places to play in Southern California were like near around Pomona, Ontario, Upland, and it was the hot place to go and play.
Top 40 band. I remember playing, I think we had a 2-week stint up there. We had this band pad, it was on the beaten path on the middle of nowhere that they put us up in. That thing was a dump, but it was part of the deal, so we didn't have to drive to and from to get to play and then play the music in the evenings. But I want to say it was Ruby Beans, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and playing music, it's no easy life. I mean, everybody watching go, oh, I want to do that. Well, that's what I thought when I was a young kid. I wanted to be a rock and roll star. That was my dream. And I didn't become a star, but I did it, and I made a living at doing it. But it was probably the hardest job I have ever done in my life. It's, as you know, when you're playing somewhere, people don't go and they just want to hear music. They want to see a performance. They want to see you, moving and doing something, not just standing there. So, that was unusual for me, but the band manager I had at the time, he forced us and made us, to put on a show for the people. And so not only do people want to hear the music, they want to see a show, and that takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, that's for sure. And focus.
Hey, Keith, are you running a narrowband right now?
I don't know. Let me see. Do I sound funny?
Just sound not normal.
No, I'm wide.
Must be the conditions tonight. Sorry for interrupting there. No, the audio sounds the same. Your just signal dropped a little bit, but I mean you're readable and everything. I just wondered because you normally sound a little deeper. Everybody else sounds kind of normal, so maybe it's just frequency tonight or something.
What if I press something I shouldn't have? I try to dial in the receive better, but maybe I press something I shouldn't have. Let me play with it. That's not any better, is it? Right there, testing 1, 2.
Your signal came up.
Okay, great.
I don't know, maybe it's just me. I only got 4 hours of sleep last night.
AJ60 in Apple Valley.
The voice of Apple Valley.
Yeah, and you're coming in really strong tonight, Greg. That last one was like S8. It's probably one of the strongest times I've heard you.
Maybe this little bit of inversion layer is starting to help with the band here.
Of course, we won't know until the next time we get on here.
Yeah, it's supposed to heat up and get some humidity this coming week. I thought I saw in the up-and-coming weather for the 10-day.
Yeah, it got up to 99 degrees a couple days ago. Today it was like in the mid-80s, so yeah, it's definitely warming up. And usually the RF does some funny things, which is good.
I've been talking to Keith about this for a couple months. this coming May, June, it's always good for 2 meter, it seemed like, at least in my experience.
Yeah, I've heard, I just heard conversations that people on 2 meter sideband back in the day, or back in the years gone by, which it usually happens every year, that Hawaii comes booming into Southern California, so much so that they call it the Pineapple Express.
Just like the weather, the jet stream, whatever they called it.
Yeah, the atmospheric ducting, which allows you to talk thousands of miles on just a few watts.
Yep. In fact, that same Pineapple Express, I remember flying back from Hawaii. We made it back here in 3 hours and 20 minutes from Honolulu, which is normally about 5 hours.
Yeah, that was a good tailwind. Even when you go on a cruise ship and you go down to the south towards Mexico, you get there a lot faster than coming back because the current normally always flows from north to south.
Yeah, we had over 150 mile an hour tailwind at one point. I think the pilot said. It said it broke his previous record of 4 hours and 15 minutes. So we crushed it.
You got plenty of good gas mileage there. Probably had several hundred gallons left over when he landed.
Yeah, we left 40 minutes late. We got in an hour and 20 minutes early. Now I want to get that antenna for my car. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate it, dude. You really are a true ham radio friend.
Some more fiddling around. WA6QXA, Keith, Tessie 1, 2, 3.
You sound about the same. I have to look back at some previous streams, but you definitely sounded deeper before, like more full sounding.
Okay, all right. Let's continue to look at this thing, see what's going on.
I wouldn't mess with it too much. It could be conditions, because you sounded normal when we first started talking, I think.
Okay, well, I haven't done anything since then. All right, it's probably conditions then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you sound like you have a little bit more mid-range than normal, but I'm tuned to 270.15, so I might be, if I tune down more, it'll probably give you more bass.
You're 60 over here.
It sounds good, though, no problem.
Was there somebody else in there?
JJI keeps 60 over at one place.
Do you hear that, Keith?
Anywhere I'm sitting on it. Got the linear on, Keith?
I'm not saying anything about that. But now that I know that you're listening, I turned it off.
Okay, it wasn't distorted.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, that's my 1060.
I can barely hear Alex.
Good evening, Alex. AJ6BE.
AJ6BE, yeah, you're 5-year-old.
Well, all right. I figured I'd say hello real quick, but I'm going to jump out and go to bed, guys, and call it a night. It was a pleasure, as always, talking with all of you guys. Hope you have a great night. 7-3s all the way around, and we will catch you next time. AJ6BE, clear.
All right, adios.
See you later, Andy. You made it almost to 9 o'clock. Good job.
Yeah, good job. Nice talking to you, buddy. See you later. K6EGG.
AJ60.
Curtis, are you running that EQ thing on your microphone again?
No, I am not. I'm using the standard stock mic that came with the radio. I decided to try it out because Ward sounded so good on his, I figured I'd try it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It sounds like the EQ, actually, so I thought it was. Maybe I should go with the stock mic instead of using this RE20, excuse me.
And I was so impressed with Ward's audio, I asked him, okay, what do you have the treble set on and what do you have the bass set on? He said, well, I have the bass set at +5, which is high as it will go, and the treble at +2, so that's what I have mine at. And it sounds good in my headphones. The only problem is I do have more room noise. I can tell because I'm using headphones, and if I lean back in this chair I'm sitting in, I can hear it squeaking.
That's the same problem I have. I just added a little more bass to my microphone EQ. Did that sound any worse or better?
Oh, I can tell you it went up a little bit, but not a lot.
Is it bad or is it good? Or should I go back to where it was?
I'd probably leave it right there. It sounds good to me. I mean, there's never been a problem with your audio to me. You sound like a radio announcer.
Thank you. Just trying to make it sound as good as possible.
Yeah, RE20 microphones are like the cream of the crop type of thing, especially for talking.
I was running flat on my EQ for the bass, so I'm also noticing I'm peaking a little more on my audio frequency meter here on the low end than I am the higher end.
Yeah, you know, when I usually use the meters section of the 9700, which it shows you the current that's being put to the final transistors, and then the SWR, which on mine it's not even moving, and the compression, which I'm peaking out about a 10, and the ALC is going right up to the end of the red line, which is probably maximum. That's what I like to monitor at least when I'm transmitting.
I don't know if you're watching on YouTube, but I just changed it over to the meter you were just referring to.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to go back and bring up the thing and listen to it. I'm not on it right now because I get confused because I'll turn up the volume and I'll listen to it and I'll forget that I'm listening on my computer and not my radio.
Yeah, I have a little problem when I first start streaming. The way I have it wired so you can hear the radio and myself coming through the radio, I have to hear it all the time in my headphones. So when I talk and I don't have the radio up, I'm still hearing the radio in my ear, but you guys on the stream aren't hearing it. So I look back at the videos, I'm like always stuttering and stuff. So it looks kind of lame, but yeah, the meters to me kind of freak me out, seeing them all move and stuff. I don't know. I have like 4 different screens going, so I don't know. It's kind of weird to see them all moving around.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put it on the spectrum scope or I'll put it on the audio thing. That's cool too. You can actually see people's frequency response to what they're doing. Yeah, and of course, usually most of their energy is in the lower frequencies, less in the higher ones. That's what I like about the 9700. It's got all kinds of eye candy that you can flip around and use. It's pretty cool, as you already know.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing with Keith. I was watching him talk, and I noticed that there was almost no low end on his AF signal showing up on my radio. So I kind of noticed a little bit of like the audible part of it, but I noticed it on the meter before I heard it. So yeah, it's kind of strange.
Yeah, to me, his audio is it sounds the same. Well, I'm hearing the same thing you are. It's got a lot of. I mean, it's perfect for communication. I can copy him 100% no problem, but it does seem like there's not a whole lot of bottom end. Like maybe possibly he was running a little bit narrower. I know on me, I'm running mine wide open as far as it'll go, which is what 2,800 hertz, something like that.
I think that's it. Yeah, that's why I kind of wondered. I thought maybe it's conditions too.
Yeah, like right now you sound normal, your voice to me, but I'm tuned at 270.15, which is probably different than where you are, and so I am probably copying Keith maybe a little bit higher. I'd probably have to tune down, and then he would most likely probably sound normal to me. AJ60.
It's like I'm running as wide as I can, so yeah, weird. It probably is conditions. Plus, I'm just freaking tired. I don't know why I'm being so critical about it.
Well, that's what a sound engineer does. That's what you get paid for.
I'm not getting paid right now.
I'm not offended, you know. If my sound's not right, I want to try to tweak it, you know. But the conditions are pretty horrible on my end. I got a loud noise out on the floor going on right now, which is making it hard for me to hear you guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's conditions, not my ears. It just happened to be he's probably getting blocked by something, and your signal came down quite a bit too. You know what? That's exactly how you sound to me. So I'm going to go with conditions on this one, because when I first started talking to you, you sounded perfectly normal. It's kind of weird stuff. Usually Curtis comes in worse than you, and today Curtis is blowing you out. I don't know. It's weird.
I just turned my VFO so that you, Keith, sound normal to me, and so I went from 270.15 to 270.25, which means now Greg has a lot of bass in his voice. I mean, it sounds like I'm listening to FM, you know, a station that sounds that good.
You sound awesome right now, Curtis, so maybe I was just not tuned to you guys.
Well, you sound normal now. I tuned up in frequency, so to me,
now your audio sounds normal to me. Where I was before, it sounded like you were a little bit too high.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I know it doesn't matter, but I'm at 270.06. But yeah, maybe I just wasn't tuned into you guys very well, so it made me sound worse.
And I just split up 5 more KC or 10 more KCs, and you actually sound better there.
So I'm making you guys all move. I feel bad about that.
Hey, man, we're chasing it. It's all good. You sound good there now.
Yeah, it's all a part of the ham radio experience. If you can't push buttons and turn knobs, then what good are we?
And it also proves that it's conditions and not you.
At least that whatever noise I had, it dropped back down to at least a 2, so that's a little more manageable.
Yeah, and you're coming up here S7 there, Keith, so I'm assuming you probably turned your amplifier back on.
Yeah, I did. I figured you guys were struggling to hear me, so I'm going to try to help a little bit.
Well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to take off right now. I am falling asleep. I stayed up late last night to watch the SpaceX take a dip in the what's it called? The ocean. The Gulf of Mexico coming back from the space station. I actually went to high school with one of the guys, Victor Glover, so I was just making sure he was okay. Pretty good dude. I remember he played soccer and wrestling, and he was on our cross-country team, too, so it's kind of cool to watch him land. But I stayed up pretty much well past my bedtime last night, but pretty tired right now. But anyways, you guys take care. This is Greg, K6EGG from the beautiful city of Chino, 2 miles north of the Chino Airport. I'm going to sign off for tonight. Take care. I'll see you guys Thursday, hopefully.
All right, Greg. Hey, good hearing you, and thanks for doing the stream tonight. Take care.
Yeah, good night, Greg. Yeah, you're sounding good in the high desert. And yes, I also like to watch anything related to space. Even the Chinese just sent up a new module. They're building a new space station in space. And the good thing about YouTube is I can always go back and watch it later. I started to watch that, but I didn't know exactly. I think it was like 3 more hours before they actually came into the atmosphere, into the Earth, and I didn't want to wait up that long. So I'll probably watch it tonight. Anyway, 73s, talk to you later. AJ60.
Yeah, they didn't land till midnight, and they didn't open up the hatch till like 1:30. So anyways, take care, guys. Hope to talk to you guys on Thursday. K6EGG. Now I'm really out.
I think I'm going to say 73s too. I'm going to go into the kitchen, get me something to eat, come in here, turn on the old boob tube, see if I can find something related to SpaceX, which I know there's probably a lot of stuff. So anyway, good night, Andy, if you're still there, and Keith, and also Fred, if you're listening. I know you're probably listening, and whoever else is out there. Talk to you later. WA6QXA with AJ60 going 73s.
All right, Curtis, great talking to you. Been up for a little while. I'm going to do the same. So 73 to you, WA6QXA. We're going to talk to y'all later. Good night.
All right, that was a little bit of action on 144-270 tonight here in Southern California. A little bit busy tonight. Not totally, a normal night. Normally, a couple guys are coming and going in and out, which we didn't hear that much. I was hoping to talk to Ward a little more, but I had to take care of some stuff. Had to play daddy for a little while. But anyways, you guys take care. I hope to be back on Thursday night at some point. Or I might be even come back Thursday afternoon and just leave the stream really going pretty much all day. I don't tell my eyes are all... it's been a long couple days, long week, long couple weeks, long month. So it's only the second day. Anyways, you guys, everybody take care and have a good night.